This is breaking news. Just happened right now. Just look at this video. Ona askari anakimbia. Look at him. Look. Amepiga kofi. Ameangusha pap. Ashapiga hiyo nini risasi. And then he's just walking casually just like that. Imagine that is a police officer who killed a man who was selling mask. Yani hajasumbua mtu yoyote, hajapiga yoyote. Jamaa is just selling mask. He's not in the crowd. He's doing nothing. He's not protesting. Yani he was just a peaceful guy. Akamkujia, he slapped him. After slapping the man, jamaa akaanguka chini and then akapiga risasi. Bado hatuja recover ile kifo ya Albert Omondi Ojwang, because that's the main reason why today, which is Tuesday, people are protesting in Nairobi CBD. But unfortunately, this man you see here, who is also from Homa Bay, huyu jamaa pia, he is from Homa Bay, ameuawa by a police officer. Albert Omondi Ojwang, whose death Kenyans are protesting today, was also killed by police, allegedly, because he died in police custody. Remember, the main suspects today are DIG Lagat and OCS Taalam Mukwana, who was cell sentry, and also the guy who was on stand and trials in yesterday, kama ulikuwa unajua kwa kotini. Unfortunately, I don't know where we are going. This happened just today, a few hours ago, not even hours, a few minutes ago actually, less than an hour ago. As you can see, it was getting darker. The camera haionekani vizuri. Imagine, this is fresh, happened right now. The guy is from Homa Bay County, just like Albert Omondi Ojwang. Here is a lady who was also selling mask that was close to him, and she was his partner that is talking about him.
Sasa ndio nimeona hawana askari akakuja akamtush apigani sasa mimi nikaona mtu ameanguka chini.
Imagine venye sahi economy ni ngumu sana. Huyu jamaa amesema despite the maandamano, wacha mimi nitafute riziki. Hii tumbo ikikuwa na njaa lazima itaniuliza kitu ya kukula. So lazima nitafute kitu ya kukula. Akatoka nje, hajaiba, he is not a thief. He is not demonstrating. He is not with the crowds. He is selling mask alone in a corner. Amesimama tu. Even when he slapped, even when the police slapped this civilian that was shot by the police yenye ulikuwa unaona, alianguka chini, but he never retaliated. He never did anything. The clip yenye ulikuwa unaona is a proof. Yani unaona very well that that guy was not violent, but unfortunately this police officer went ahead and shot him regardless. Imagine, we are such in a country, we are in a country whereby right now we are afraid of police more than anybody else. Imagine, right now we can say even we are safe in the hands of thieves than police. Dying in a cell, killed, dying in a cell, just like Albert Omondi Ojwang, a police killing you on the street because you are just standing there, you are not demonstrating. Why? I don't understand. Also, this is not something that is coming from my pocket. Listen to this also news guy who was reporting on TikTok.
So it is now emerging that the guy who was unalived live on camera by police officers with a shot to the head was not a protester. Alikuwa jamako hustler na uza masks, man. And to make it worse, police walikuwa shampiga kofi akaanguka chini akaanza kutoka mbio. And that police officer sort of just decided lazima amwachie moja kwa kichwa. Now the big question is, huyu jamaa pia anatumiwa milioni 2. Yeye pia atapigiwa simu na rais ambiwe pole, babake ambiwe pole. And for how long are we going? Yani,
because the man that shot a civilian is a police officer, they have immediately started discussing in Parliament. Imagine, the guy was shot at around 5. I don't know, as you have seen the clip, it was kind of dark. But by the time imefika 6, these people were already in Parliament discussing this same thing. Some were condoning it, walikuwa wanasema that it was not right what happened, and some were saying that police must be respected. Let's watch together this.
The young man that I'm talking about, I'm being told, is again from Homa Bay and from Suba. Madam Speaker, that is why we must always stand on principle. Can you imagine if I was speaking here carelessly, saying how it is nice for police to kill people? But I have said the police need to restrain themselves without knowing that this is a person from Suba. Madam Speaker, I want to repeat. It does not matter. And he was selling masks because people are demonstrating. I've actually watched that clip. It is totally reckless and irresponsible. what that police officer has done, and they are doing a disservice to this government, because when you make 5 steps forward or 10 steps forward, they take you 50 back. And we need to be moving forward as a country. We can't be moving back all the time. What do I go and tell the Suba people, honestly? I don't know if it's from Suba North or Suba South, but whichever is from Suba. It is unfortunate. And from Homa Bay. Homa Bay, we are tired of mourning. We are dying of natural causes. Even yesterday, I lost my nursery school teacher at Which. Today, again, we are from the police. Let us die of natural. Let us die of natural causes, not being killed. Homa Bay, please. Please.
Thank you.
Ongondowere, Ojuang. Now, surely, all of us are being killed. Who will remain in Homa Bay? Please.
A young man selling some items in town has been shot down by a police officer. Selling face masks. Madam Speaker, the young man did not run. He was unarmed. It's just worrying. And one of the roles that the National Police Service has to do is to bring our country together. And the greatest threat now we have is when an institution or leadership loses touch with the people they lead. Where I come from, Madam Speaker, we rear cattle. The worst shepherd is the shepherd who cannot look back and see where his cattle is. Let us be careful that we do not lose touch with Kenyans. A good shepherd looks back to see whether he still has his flock. Let us not lose Kenyans in the race of leading Kenya. And specifically for us who are elected on Kenya Kwanza,
these are men and women who give their lives to the service of our nation. In other jurisdictions, Honorable Speaker, and many of you who travel outside see, that those who have served in the military, those who have served in the police forces in their jurisdictions, are accorded very high respect, but even in retirement, not just when they're in service. You see, when you go to the US, they don't even queue in banks or at airports, those who have served in the military or in the disciplined forces. Why is it, Honorable Speaker, that for us we do not treat our servicemen and women with the same honor and dignity, yet we expect the same in return, Honorable Speaker? If we expect to be treated with courtesy, with honor and with respect by our uniformed officers, let us also treat them with the respect and honor that comes with the officers that they serve in, Honorable Speaker. These are the officers who are salute at you, Honorable Speaker, and me and everybody else as we pass them in the streets. Many of us never bother to take our time to even know how they are doing, Honorable Speaker. And they are Kenyans like every other Kenyan, Honorable Speaker. Therefore, allow me also, Honorable Speaker, to take this opportunity. As much as we condemn excessive use of force by any officer, Honorable Speaker, and Honorable Speaker, to state that whatever happens, Honorable Speaker, in a country that has the rule of law at the core of its operations, Honorable Speaker, is something that this House must pay attention to, Honorable Speaker. And Honorable Speaker, even or in spite or despite of the sad happenings of the death of Albert Ojwang, Honorable Speaker, I must commend the police that they have done their work to ensure that those who are responsible are brought to book, Honorable Speaker. Because that is how civilized nations work. That is how civilized democracies work. That you allow investigative agencies to do their work, take action against those who are seen to have been involved in one way or the other in breach of the law, Honorable Speaker. But also in the same light, Honorable Speaker, even as we condemn the excesses of a number of officers. Because it is not all officers, Honorable Speaker. It is a few officers. Just like, Honorable Speaker, even in this House, we are not all angels. There are many of us who have our own shortcomings. And therefore, in every institution, Honorable Speaker, even within the police force, there are officers who will have excesses, and the law must be allowed to take its course, Honorable Speaker. But that must never be a justification that if an officer or two have exceeded the expectations of the public, Honorable Speaker, for us as members of the public to take the law into our hands, because that will be courting disaster and chaos in the country. I have seen activists in the streets, Honorable Speaker, touting policemen, an armed police officer, and you are touting them. I saw somebody, Honorable Speaker, the other day in Nakuru, brandishing a machete at an armed police officer, and I must take this opportunity, Honorable Speaker, to commend that officer in Nakuru, who was being taunted with a panga. His life would have been at risk, or the lives of other Kenyans, but he maintained his cool. That is the kind of spirit we want to see, Honorable Speaker. But we must also speak to our people. We must also speak to the public. That let us also treat our policemen and women with respect, with honor, and with the dignity that they deserve. Honorable Speaker, it is said, Honorable Speaker, that if you want to know the cost of education, try ignorance. If you want to know the cost of chaos, Honorable Speaker, allow, Honorable Speaker, everybody to roam the streets and do what they want and withdraw the police from those streets any day. whether they are people picketing, whether they are demonstrators, whether they are mobilized looters, like we have seen, Honorable Speaker, in the recent past, what we are seeing are being described as demonstrations, are organized groups of goons, Honorable Speaker. Yes. Organized groups of goons. And you know, shamelessly, I had a leader purport that even the cars that were burnt last week were nowhere in the register of vehicles at NTSA. And I want to dare the former deputy president. It is okay to go and incite people on vernacular radio, but you must have the decency to adduce evidence of every allegation and claim that you make. Otherwise, you continue to exhibit the sort of ignorance that you served with in office, even when you're out of office, Honorable Speaker. Kenyans witnessed those cars being burnt down. It only took me 5 minutes, Honorable Speaker, to be able to check. Just zoom in, look at the number plates, check for those number plates at NTSA, and you'll be able to see that these are cars. One of them belongs to a security company, Honorable Speaker. You saw the officers who are in the escort car. Those officers, mind you, Honorable Speaker, are allowed to use brutal force to protect what they are escorting. Because most of them, it's cash in transit. They do not know who are these who are stopping them in the streets when they are transiting with cash. But those officers, Honorable Speaker, if you saw the video clips, they fired in the air to scare the people who are blocking the van that had the variables that were transporting, and they were able to sail through. Unfortunately, the one that had the unarmed officers, Honorable Speaker, ended up being torched. I'm saying this, Honorable Speaker, to appeal to members of the public. Let us not taunt our officers. Let us not throw our hands at them. Because I've seen people just brandishing their hands at officers, Honorable Speaker, and some restrain themselves. It's not every day you come across an officer who will be able to restrain themselves. Therefore, conduct ourselves, Honorable Speaker, in a dignified way. When we want to picket, when we want to protest, Honorable Speaker, we do it in a way that we are also not provoking these officers, that we are not provoking those who are running businesses in our towns, Honorable Speaker, because also this chaos comes with a huge cost to business people, especially those in the CBD who've had to lose their property last year, and as you can see, Honorable Speaker, this year. And Honorable Speaker, may I dare say, as I said here last week, you will find many of the people causing chaos and mobilizing chaos, Honorable Speaker, are not in pursuit of justice. Some have not even had the decency and the courtesy to even say pole to Mzee Ojwang and his family, the family of the young man from Homa Bay who is deceased. But they will want to use his name for politics, Honorable Speaker, and mobilize all manner of things, shenanigans that they want to, Honorable Speaker. Therefore, let me, Honorable Speaker, in conclusion, just say I support these names. As I said, despite there being only one man, Honorable Speaker, these are very able officers who will serve this commission, Honorable Speaker. And